So boys, after thousands of hours of grinding, fighting, and enjoying some of the best combat a man could ask for, New World is finally done. 6 feet under. But where does that leave us? Where do we go to next? And what games will be worth our time? That's what we're breaking down in this video, game by game. No fluff, let's get into it. First up, Arc Raiders Y. There's really nothing new right now, so I want to try something fresh. It's a looter shooter, kind of like Tarkov, but more for PvE, less than PvP. So in translation, just a little bit less stressful across the board. You're not getting that insane adrenaline high that you would be while playing Tarkov. Perfect for chatting, vibing, and just enjoying the chaos. And don't worry, I can aim, not Shroud level, sure, but I'm way better than a banana wielding monkey. So yeah, I'm diving in, gonna be streaming it, see if it sticks. If it pops, we'll make guides, do content, the whole 9 yards. And if it ends up falling flat or I just hate it, well, we'll abandon it just like the New World devs abandoned New World Aeternum. A dagger in the back. Next, we got Guild Wars 2, an old school MMO with PS2 level graphics. But hear me out, I actually like the chaos inventory. If it looks like a bomb went off, that's my vibe. The more messy my inventory, the more happy a man can be. The big draw here, solo friendly gameplay. No trinity system, your own tank healer / DPS. For someone like me who's played ESO and loves the freedom in combat, that's huge, meaning I don't have to rely on anyone else to play a lot of parts of the game. They also have their own arena / battlegrounds, just like New World, so I can enjoy PvP at the same time. This is also something I've seen a lot of other New World content creators go to, as well. The MMO market is pretty dry, I would say drier than the desert. Drawbacks, yeah, it's old, capped on population. But I have to learn it from scratch. That's another big problem. I'll be going in completely blind. Unless someone down in the comments below is a Guild War 2 veteran, that would definitely entice me to play the game more, as I would have you in my back pocket the entire playthrough, so you could guide me like you're guiding an old man through Walmart. That'd be very helpful, and that would definitely make me want to play the game more. Another huge issue is it's capped on population. Translation, it's not going to get any bigger. It's pretty much going to stay stagnant until either a new game comes out and will completely drain the player base like it always does to MMOs. But it still could be a fun ride if I want to try out something new, something I've personally never played before. Now we have Ashes of Creations. It's been in alpha forever. I think 2 years at this point. Release maybe 2030. Who really knows? This game is a complete gamble. Even a gambling man, someone who loves to go to the casino, I don't think would be betting on Ashes, as this one's just a little unpredictable. I'll be skipping this one unless you are into extreme patience. This really ain't the pick. First, let's talk about Aeon 2. A Korean MMO sequel to the popular Aeon 1. Looks solid. Only catch, NA releases maybe late 2026 to 2027. I can deal with the Korean server ping if it's target combat, so it's fine. I haven't looked too much into this. I just know it's looking like a good game, and I definitely want to try it out. If the hype can live up to its expectation, this could be the next MMO we all dive into, as long as it's not being consistent with Koreans' horrific and tedious pay-to-win trash that they've been releasing for years. But you never know, maybe this could be the one where it's not too much pay-to-win. I can definitely play a Korean game that has a bit of pay-to-win, as long as it's not like, if I'm not paying to win, I literally cannot compete. This was my main issue with TNL and other games, where you had to play the game not only like a full-time job, but then pay on top of it. And if you weren't doing those two things, you just couldn't PvP at all. And that was a major drawback, in my opinion, to TNL, as you had to do both to basically stay on top of the board. And I hope Aeon 2 doesn't follow the same path, because if it does, well, not only will it 100% fail in the West, but it'll be an MMO that I desperately cannot play, as I just don't enjoy that style. Now, the other game is Where the Winds Meet. This is a Chinese MMO that is shaping up to be relatively interesting. They have a raid inside, they have 30v30s, pair that with an arena, battlegrounds. It's shaping up to have a lot of exciting PvP, along with, I believe, the 8 classes that come along with it. And we could have quite the adventure on our hands. The only major drawback is, once again, it could be a kind of a pay-to-win game. It's the general eastern side of things is always been more heavily towards that type of style, something that I don't really enjoy, and I know a lot of Western players don't enjoy that either. But the combat looks really fun, the graphics also look phenomenal. That's coming out in about 2 weeks, and I would also just really love to try that game out and see where it goes. And let me know which one of these games so far you really enjoy, and these are pretty much all my MMO options I'm looking into. So I would love to hear your guys' comments down below, which one you're most excited for out of all these 4. And if you're going to even continue to play MMO, or you're completely switching over to a game like Arc Raiders, or going back to Valorant, or whatever you guys played before New World Aeternum. Next up, last option I would say is going to be my casting style. RTS games like StarCraft, Age of Empires, and Beyond Our Reason. I love controlling micro units. It's really my jam. It's been my favorite genre, actually even higher than an MMO for my entire life. I've loved playing RTSs. The only problem, not everyone in my audience here is really here for the casting content. We're all MMO players, and I feel like going over to casting is doing a complete 180 of what I've done on this channel. But I do have a secondary channel where I post this stuff. If you want to bring some love there, make sure to go check me out. Let me know down in the comments below if you would also like me to post it on this channel. I'll leave a link to my secondary channel for my RTS content, so you can just go support me there if you're interested in that. And if you don't vibe with it, that's completely fine. I understand. It's not the content that I've ever done. I will always try and keep the same persona, the same type of personality across the board, and I will always appreciate the boys for sticking with me through New World Aeternum, because that's been our main game, and everyone's just been a real blast to talk to. My chat getting lively, the boys getting all hyped. Everyone was so excited for this season, and we were growing the Goblin Gremlins, bro. We were popping off left and right, and it was getting really fun. I had a bunch of guides planned for the season, but tragedy struck, and betrayal felt worse than I've ever felt before, and that was very depressing. I'm sure we all feel it, and we're sure we're all sad and deeply heartbroken inside. But like I mentioned in my last video, I really do not think New World's going to get bought out. I really do not think New World is going to survive. Based on the actions of Amazon and how I believe the corporate will work, I think it's about 95 to 99% chance New World is going to be dead in the next year. So because of that, I think we all have to accept the facts and move on to a new and brighter future. Another game I could play would be World of Warcraft. I kind of want to leave this one at the end for all the hardcore viewers. The reason why I don't want to try WoW is it's 20 years old. I have no idea what I'm doing, and I feel like there's so much content on that game. It's been played basically to death by everyone in the world, and I feel like starting on that game from basically scratch would be nearly impossible. And that's one of the reasons why I don't consider WoW as one of my options. But with that, boys, if you guys are new here, like, follow, subscribe, become one with the Goblin Horde, become a channel member, support your boy. You know, I'll probably be streaming again later today or tomorrow, because since today is Halloween, I'm not exactly sure.